Hello and welcome. It's Carnage. We're going to dig in to my top 5 G.I. Joe classified head sculpts. We're going to go ahead and include everything that is in hand at this point. And we're going to start with 5, but we're going to start with an honorable mention here. The honorable mention goes to Scrap Iron. What a head sculpt. This was probably my favorite the year that this one was released, which I want to say was 22, 23. I'm not positive, but man, what a great expression. And that scarring on the side of his head is just really gnarly looking. They just nailed it with that. Certainly some pathos for this guy. He has been through some horrible experience with a fire or probably an explosion. It looks like maybe even some solvent on the side of his head. We're going to move on. All right. In the number 5 position here is Cobra Island Firefly. I love the way that balaclava is very disheveled, as if he was in a hurry. Didn't give a damn about the fact that it's not quite fitting right. He just doesn't give a shit. And like his buddy Scrap Iron, he definitely has some scarring on the skin that you can see. There is some serious scar tissue there. He's got a really great expression with that one eye, sort of doing the rock eyebrow there, maybe a little bit of a send up to the rock, and just the colors and the camouflage there on his mask really look great. I love this figure. I still like it more than the new version of Firefly. I think that head sculpt is just boring compared to this one. Look at that detail. Look at that scar tissue. Look at his eyes, the expression. And as I said, the way that mask fits, just stellar. All right. Number 4 is Craig McConnell Rock and Roll. He is also a bit disheveled. That blonde hair has a great wash to it that really gives it some stellar depth. The head sculpt is just outstanding in that his hair is a little bit longer than it should be. The beard's a little bit longer than it should be. He's rock and roll. He's got attitude. He doesn't give a shit that his hair needs combed and it's a little bit too long. That expression is stellar. The pink on his cheeks is just stellar. The way a lot of blondes look, they just nailed it with this head sculpt. It is really, really one of my favorites. Again, all these are great. It was a real toss-up. Here's another one that I will often say is my favorite on the G.I. Joe team. Coming in here at number 3 is Sergeant Stalker. And this head sculpt is really serious. I mean, he just looks like he's ready to kick somebody's ass. And he's got that really cool fade on the side there with the, line there from the shaver. And man, look at that expression. He just takes no shit. The mustache looks great. His hair looks like it was just cut yesterday. Just got himself coiffed. He really looks tight. He is clean. He is not fucking around. Sergeant Stalker just looks outstanding. Again, this is one of my favorites here. Okay, coming in at number 2, it is Outback. Wow, stellar. Again, just like rock and roll, the hair is a little bit longer than it should be. It's disheveled. He's got that bandana, and man, the hair just kind of falls down over the bandana, creates some really cool shadows there, and the effect that bandana has both above and below it really looks great. It kind of almost looks like it's sweaty and dirty and probably stinks. He's got an expression like he's been out in the jungle and hasn't seen any kind of civilization for at least a week, but he's hanging in there. He's disheveled, but he's hanging in there. All right, talking about disheveled, in the number 1 position, my favorite head sculpt in the G.I. Joe Classified series, Sebastian Major Blood. Man, I just love how they replaced the eye patch for this high-tech device over his eye. It really looks stellar. He's got some really gnarly looking scar tissue on his face, as well as kind of a grizzled expression. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow that really looks great, very well executed. The mustache is nice and clean, looks great. He's got a little white stripe in that mohawk, and it really looks good. It looks like Major Blood just got himself coiffed just yesterday. I mean, he is clean. Despite really looking nasty and mean, he is clean. Well, folks, I really appreciate you hanging around for my top 5 G.I. Joe classified head sculpts. Please leave your top 5 in the comments. I know they're all going to look different. What a great series. The head sculpts are just really one of the most exciting parts of the G.I. Joe classified series. And as a photographer, I feel like you can just move that camera slightly and the expressions change on these head sculpts because they are just so well done. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you will subscribe.